Sight Beyond Sight Entertainment production.
Of Sight Beyond Sight Entertainment.
Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome to the Sight Beyond Sight Entertainment podcast. Here's your host, Pastor Happy Feet.
Hey y'all, this is Leandria Johnson and you're listening to Pastor DJ Happy Feet. Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is us, the crew that make it do what it do. We are here for you, and you. And thank you for always listening and tuning in to the Sight Beyond Sight Entertainment podcast, where we bring you inspiration and information. Thank y'all so much for always doing it. 36 countries. The same one, go ahead and say it. Just say it like it. The 36 countries, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much. Ty Boogie's here. What's up, Ty Boogie? Excuse me.
Yo. Just a squirrel trying to get a nut.
Yeah. Well, she said, gee, what happened?
I had to rethink what you said because at first,
he was about to start looking for it.
At first, it sounded like just a girl trying to get a nut.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, no, she can't say that on the. Oh, she said squirrel. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. See, the squirrels, what they do, they bury them and then forget where they put them.
So that they have to go find some more.
There you go. Got to be more careful, those daggone squirrels.
But besides my lapse in hearing, I'm doing pretty well today.
Yeah, that's good, man. But look, man, we got some interesting news going on, and there's a case that happened in Newport, Virginia.
Newport News. Yeah, Newport News. Yeah.
There's Newport News in Virginia, where there was a case that was charges that was brought against the assistant principal at the Richneck Elementary School, and where in cases where it involved a 6-year-old student who brought a gun to the school to shoot his first grade teacher. And, well, it's a first grade teacher because it doesn't disclose if it was a boy or girl.
It was a boy.
It was a boy?
Yeah.
Dang, it did. My bad, G. All right, so, and the thing is, the charges were brought up because they try to say, number one, that there was some child neglect that was going on here, where it's saying that there was issues raised that the little boy had a firearm and everybody didn't pay no attention that he was there. So, G, talk about it real quick.
Well, I'll try to keep it as brief as possible, but this is complex because what happened was 2 students at the school went to the reading resource teacher and told him that he had a gun. And she then went to the assistant principal and told the assistant principal that he had a gun. And she said, okay, I'll let her mother know when she gets here. She's supposed to be here any minute. And apparently a lot of other teachers found out about it and they all came to the assistant principal and told her. And at recess, that resource teacher went through his book bag and couldn't find it. But by that point, he had it in his pocket. He was walking around with his hands in his pocket the whole time. And then when he got to the class in which he shot the teacher, he just went up to her and shot her. And he went to the other teachers and told them, well, I admit it. I did it. I shot that bee dead. And
did they say what kind of gun it was?
They didn't say
remember.
They never said what kind of gun it was.
The caliber?
They never said what caliber gun.
Thank God the teacher lived.
Yeah, the teacher lived. The boy's identity, of course, is being withheld because he was only 6 at the time. And the reason that the assistant principal was charged is because all the teachers apparently followed the protocol and brought the attention to her, and she didn't take it up to the principal, but she had the people. Only 3 people have the authority: the assistant principal, the principal, and the school resource officer, which ironically enough was not there. Go figure. Have the authority to go search a child. So that wasn't done. And so what happened to why the charges were brought against her is because they used the concept of loco parentis, which means that teachers assume the responsibilities of being guardians and or parents of the children at the school. And so what the prosecutors attempted to do was bring the charge against her because she's responsible for the well-being and the care of all the children at the school. And by not doing something to prevent the shooting from happening at a further extent, they charged her with child neglect.
Right.
And it was dismissed by the judge criminally because it said that's a reach. You can't make her criminally negligible for the neglect of a child when she's not the actual parent. And that was a stretch for the prosecutors anyway. They were trying to make her responsible.
Exactly. They wanted to try to hold somebody accountable, which they were stretching. And, most people want to make it a race thing almost. But
yeah, because she was the assistant principal is black and the head principal is white.
Right.
Now the white principal got assigned to another school in the district. The assistant principal resigned. And
go figure.
And the teacher did bring a civil lawsuit against the school district, the principal, and the assistant principal and the school itself. But the judge immediately dropped the school district, immediately dropped the principal because he said the only one that was aware of all the knowledge was the assistant principal. So a $10 million civil lawsuit was brought against the assistant principal, Ebony Parker. She's now appealing that. But when the dismissal came for the criminal charges, she was in tears. She said, I'm just blessed, I'm happy, and I'm moving on with my life. There's no way in the world she's working in education again. Nobody's going to touch that. But what I found out lately is that the city of Newport News is actually going to pick up that civil lawsuit. So they're going to pay it off for her. So it's going to be passed down to the taxpayers. But the city of Newport News will pay that civil lawsuit off for her. But the complex thing is that kid, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago with the mental issues. He was on ADHD medication and he was diagnosed that way. And at first, his mother would have to come and sit in the class with him because he was so out of control and he was violent. And he was suspended several other times for choking teachers, whipping other kids with his belt. And the same teacher he shot, he took her cell phone and just smashed it on the ground. So she had to sit in the class with him. But after a while, the school said the medications were working. She said, well, okay, you don't need to be here anymore. So she stopped coming. But it also turned out that the mother was charged for not taking care of that gun because the gun was just on a shelf loaded. And the kid climbed up, got it, and brought it to school. She was also charged for having a gun in the presence of a controlled substance. She was smoking marijuana and she has a substance abuse problem. So she's serving 21 months in prison for child neglect and for endangering a child with a loaded gun and for having a gun in the presence of marijuana. His father is not in the picture at all, who ironically enough had a warrant out for his arrest at that time for beating his mother. So at the end of this, the boy's great grandfather took custody of him, and as of 2024, he said he's in therapy now, and his academics are much better and his behavior is better. So that boy didn't have a chance. He was in a bad environment from the first place.
Shout out to the granddaddy. Mm-hmm. Shout out to grandpa, pops, because, most of the time, it have to be cases to where someone has to step up and step in, some relative or something, because it does take a village.
Yes.
And it does take the proper time. And and I'm quite sure they got him some therapy because God knows he needed. And I pray that he grow up and to be the best young man that they ever did not think that he would be.
Mm-hmm. His chances are
I I hate when people say this, though, G. They say, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know why people say that. If it makes sense, that make any sense to you? But go ahead, G. What you was about to say?
Yeah, because it goes without saying, he moved from that district. There's no way in the world he was going to stay in that district.
God. Oh, no.
He moved. I'm not sure if his great grandfather lives in Virginia or not, but they didn't say. But he has custody of him, and he's in a different school district altogether, and he's doing much better.
I really thank God that teacher lived for her sake as well as for that young kid, because he could grow up and be different, because it's still traumatizing and for the other kids.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Their teacher was shot, somebody that they've grown to love and that be with them 8 hours a day. So it's crazy to witness something like that as a child and be traumatized. So we pray that they continuously to seek help for this young man.
The ironic thing is, I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Which, now I was just about to say his age. He should be about almost 9 now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
The ironic thing is they said he loved that teacher. That was one of his favorite teachers.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Did it say anywhere in a story that I may not have caught that, what triggered this?
No.
Besides all of this stuff that stemmed?
The research that I did, I asked that question, like, what was the cause of all this? And it was nothing the teacher did. So, because that's the thing I thought, I was like, was the teacher abusing the kid? Was it the teacher picking on the kid? I'm like, no. It's just that kid just snapped and just shot that teacher. And he had violent behavior towards other students and other teachers. And I think it has to do more with the environment he grew up in, because he witnessed his father beat his mother. He witnessed his mother do drugs in the house.
So you probably agree with me when to say this, that he was actually, in his actions of acting out, telling a story about what he was going through?
Exactly. 100%. He was living out the life that he was living every day. He just brought it to school with him.
Yes. And trying to demonstrate and tell somebody, hey, this is what's going on, without knowing how to say it or whatever the case may be. Because anytime a child start getting violent, is because they're doing what they see, whether they see it on a movie, video game, or in person with the two parents. And they could become violent themselves, or they could become traumatized and closed in.
Mm-hmm. And in his case, he just acted out what he saw on a daily basis. His father had guns. Father had gun charges on him. That's why he had the warrant, along with the domestic violence charges. That's why the father wasn't charged, because he was nowhere around when it happened. This particular case happened because he was on the run. He was literally on the run, trying to avoid being picked up for his warrant.
Yes. All right, well, let's slide over into our trivia fact and see what we got going on over there today. So, Mr. G, well, not you. Carter, are you ready? Carter. Oh, okay, all right. Thank you. Here goes Mr. G, y'all in trivia facts.
Sight Beyond Sight podcast presents Random Trivia Facts with Mr. G.
All right, we do have a couple of random state laws for you as well. We have a few on today. We will start in Connecticut.
All right.
In Connecticut, it is illegal to play Scrabble while waiting for a politician to speak. We'll start with Ty.
True.
We got true from Ty.
In Connecticut?
In Connecticut.
They're kind of wild, man. I'm going to say false.
Pastor takes the lead. It is false. This is false. This is false. Sorry, Ty. This is false. Oh, I forgot to mention, Ty is on a two-game winning streak. She has won the last 2 times we played.
Okay.
All right. So the second one, in the state of New York, it is illegal to take a selfie with a tiger. Pastor, we'll start with you. A tiger.
It's illegal to take a selfie with a tiger.
Yes.
False.
Well, we got a false from Pastor Ty. What do you say?
True.
See, Ty, you had to say that to even it up, you know? And you're right. It is true. It is absolutely true. 2014, they passed this law, and the law states that no person shall lawfully take a selfie with a tiger or any other large cat, like a lion or a leopard.
And that's crazy because I remember it being done. I never knew that law was ever changed.
Mm-hmm. They changed it
after so many people done got daggone scratched up and ate up, tore up.
Uh-huh.
See, believe it or not, that wasn't the reason why they changed the law. They changed the law because at that same time in 2014, there were a rash of idiots in Yellowstone National Park that thought it would be a great idea to go walk up to the wild bison and take a selfie with them, thinking, oh, they're so docile, they're so big and so docile, they won't harm me, until they went up, took that picture, and got mauled. And so New York thought, we do have on record all these people being mauled and maimed and scratched up because the idiots thought, hey, it was a good idea to take a picture with this tiger that's been raised for the last 6 months. And so they made it an official law.
It sounded like that, G.
Yes, that's what stupid people sound like when they, I'm going to take this picture. Whatever. This cat won't bother me. I've been raising it all my life. Yeah. Like what Chris Rock said. What happens when that tiger went tiger?
Hello.
Thanks for laughing at me, Ty.
Speaking of that Tiger Woods they coming out with a movie about him.
Oh,
documentary.
Hmm.
And I can't remember who they got to play him. I forgot it. I stepped out there away from the radio when they before it came back on.
That ought to be interesting. If it's anything like the Michael Jackson picture, it ought to be pretty interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
And the final one I have for today, we're back in South Carolina for this one. In the state of South Carolina, it is illegal for any man to try to entice, or the law states allegedly, manipulate any woman over the age of 16 with the contemplation and the promise of marriage.
I'm going to say true.
We got a true from Pastor. Ty, what do you say?
True.
You sound really confident, Ty.
I had to think about it. Okay, true.
Well, you're both right. It is true.
And we tied for the week.
You tied for the week, which means Ty's winning streak is still continued technically because she did not lose. This is interesting. This law was signed in like the 1884, and it was revamped in 1922 to extend it to a penalty of 12 years of hard labor for your sentence. This happened to a man in Horry County who manipulated a woman into sleeping with her. She was 17, just enticed her to sleep with her by promising to marry her, and he never did. So they sentenced him to 12 months hard labor.
So it's illegal to do. You say, I'm going to marry you. I promise we're going to get married. I promise we're going to be together forever, just to sleep with her and go on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to you. Happy Pride Month, G.
Is that implying something that I don't know? What?
This is Pride Month.
Well, I know it's Pride Month.
I thought we were supposed to say Happy Pride Month to everybody.
What?
Oh no. Okay. All right.
Love you too, Ty. Love you too.
Yeah,
Love you too, Ty.
Like, what are we insinuating, buddy?
Right.
Oh my God.
This has been Random Trivia Facts with Mr. G. Well done, sir. Well done.
This is DJ K Liddy, and you are now rocking with Sight Beyond Sight Entertainment. Tap in, man.
Don't go anywhere. We got more inspiration and information for you right after this.
Sight Beyond Sight Entertainment is now giving piano, drums, and vocal lessons to all those who are interested. Looking for a place for you or your group to record your project? Sight Beyond Sight Entertainment has the available studio time you're looking for. For more information on how to book your studio time or to sign up for lessons, call us 864-529-5360. Reach out to us on Facebook, Sight Beyond Sight Entertainment, or by email, sightbeyondsight7@gmail.com.
This your girl, Ty Boogie, and I want to welcome you back to Sight Beyond Sight Entertainment Podcast. Enjoy.
So yeah, y'all, that's what it is. Mr. G and his trivia facts. And I guess we continue on talking. But yeah, so if you're ready for the book, this is Father's Day month. You know, some of us have lost fathers, and some of us still have fathers. Some of them have fathers that ain't a father. So we still know the Father of all fathers, who will never leave you nor forsake you. All you have to do is just have a conversation with him, and he'll make everything all right. We're not talking about the father of lies, but the Father of all lives. Children are vulnerable to emotions and being emotionally disturbed. Our children's minds are very delicate. They're still growing. They're still learning. We do, even as adults, but we're talking about the children. So make sure you please keep every child in mind when you have one. Parenting is not a handbook. Raising a child is not a handbook. We can have raised 25 kids, but their 25 children are the same, and you can't raise them all the same. Everybody's different, and we make sure that we do it with the best of our abilities and the best of our knowledge. We learn not to make that mistake we won't learn, because there is a child that you can whoop, and they never get it. They'll grow up to be a serial killer. And who would have known? The child that had emotional issues and they never got medical attention. And it's never, ever, ever wrong to get or to seek some type of therapy, some type of help for your child, and not even for just your child, but also for yourself. You know, people, especially us as colored, would say, you don't need that. Nothing wrong with you. You're a wimp. You know, you soft. You this, that, and the third. No men listen to R&B. No men listen to encouraging word. No men. These are people who I found out that these are the people who really need the help. Those who say this is what you don't need. And call whatever they do, call it tough love. So that child was only 6 years of age that shot his teacher and did it because he was disturbed and everything that he'd been through.
In this case,
So let's make
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You probably about to say the same thing.
Yeah, I was going to say in this case, I think a couple of people dropped the ball. I mean, something should have been a red flag to the school.
Yeah, there you go. You on the right. That's what I was going to say.
If they suspended him that many times, and if you're suspending 6-year-olds, that should have been a problem off the jump, and they should have done been more inquisitive to what's going on at home to the mother, the mother did agree to the ADHD medication, but she stopped there. What he really needed along with that medication, well, it was debatable whether he needed medication or not, but what he needed along with that medication was some therapy. He needed some therapy. He needed somebody to sit down and professionally talk to what he's going through. And that's the step she wasn't willing to take, or she just thought the medication was enough. Because they said, the school said, okay, he's doing better. Okay, well, he's fine now. But how can he be fine knowing what he's going through at home?
Exactly. Okay. Any words, Ty?
I agree. I agree with all that.
Okay. All right. So we'll slide over here to our Corny Joke Corner. You may have something for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Someone coming. Oh,
Ready?
Lord, I just said that on the show. My bad. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Ty Boogie in the Corny Joke Corner.
The Sight Beyond Sight podcast presents Joke Corner with Ty Boogie.
That's how you do when you at a camp.
Okay.
You just start blurting out stuff.
Okay. After 20 years of marriage, a couple was laying in bed one evening. When the wife felt her husband begin to fondle her in ways he haven't in quite some time.
Okay, go ahead, Dad.
It almost tickled as his fingers started at her neck and then began moving down past her small of her back. He then caressed her shoulders and neck, slowly worked his fingers down ever over her breast, stopping just over her lower belly.
So she must have been on her side.
He then proceeded to place his hand on her left inner arm, caressed past the side of her breast, again, working down her side, passing gently over her buttock, and down her legs to her top. Then he proceeded up her inner thigh, stopping at the upper lower portion of her leg. He continued in the same manner on her right side, and then suddenly stopped, rolled over, and started to watch the TV. As she became quite aroused by his caressing her. She asked in a loving voice, "That was wonderful. Why did you stop?" He said, "I found the remote."
Oh, Barta. All right, this show has ended. I don't got it. You gotta make me upset. Yo, I cannot believe you.
I was figuring out trying to how to edit this for the entire.
That done pissed me off. No, that wasn't. Yeah.
He was looking for the remote. That's all.
I'm so done. And then and on her side, in her favor, that's the size he already was, and that's why he was looking for a Roku remote.
Those AAA batteries.
Daggone buzzer. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, Ty Boogie in the Corny Joke Corner. Definitely had one for the day.
This has been Joke Corner with Ty Boogie.
But y'all listen, to make sure that you continue to get your mental health check. Make sure that you always make sure you be aware of all your surroundings. Don't always go and accepting people go, hey, you want to smell some perfume? You want to try this out? You want to try that? Who is selling cologne or perfume out on the street because it could be a setup for your destruction. Pay attention to everything that somebody else is doing that you know ain't normal. To continue to watch your back. In Jesus' name, amen. Ty Boogie, what we going to tell them to do?
Let it hurt, let it heal, let it go, and take accountability.
Yeah, take accountability for that joke.
Yeah, you buzzer. And bye. I'll holler at y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Sight Beyond Sight Entertainment Podcast, a podcast of inspiration and information, a production of Sight Beyond Sight Entertainment. If you have a question that you would like to submit to the podcast to be answered by Pastor Happy Feet and the crew, drop us a voicemail at 864-256-0922. Also, check out more episodes and content on our Facebook page, Sight Beyond Sight Entertainment, on X at Podcast Sight 4, and reach out to us via email, sightbeyondsight7@gmail.com. God bless, and always remember,
Let it hurt, let it heal, and let it go. Peace.
Sight Beyond Sight Entertainment is your home for quality, professional DJ and photography services, school functions, church events,
weddings, you name it, Sight Beyond Sight Entertainment is here to help make your event special just for you. We also offer audio recording time in our studio for you and your group, as well as piano and drum lessons for people of all ages. For more information, reach out to us on our Facebook page, Sight Beyond Sight Entertainment. Call us at 864-529-5360 or reach out to us via email at sightbeyondsight7@gmail.com. If you don't know by now, you should know. And by Friday, it'll be game 2 of the NBA Finals. The San Antonio Spurs beat the Oklahoma City Thunder in 7 games, and the Knicks won in 4 games. So it's the Knicks and the Spurs in the finals. Since they started the NBA Cup, which is some in-season tournament to get interest in the earlier games, this is the first time that the 2 finalists in the NBA Cup will also be the finalists in the NBA Finals.
Wow.
I think this is like the 3rd or 4th year they've done the NBA Cup, and it's the first time that the actual finalists match.
That's crazy.
It should be pretty interesting because in their regular season matchups, the Knicks actually got the best of the Spurs. So we shall see what happens.
That's what I want to be when I grow older. A basketball player. That's what I want to be when I get grown.
You can do it. You can
Don't
do
nobody
it.
don't nobody want to ask me what position I want to play.
What position?
Quarterback. Moving right along, G.
What made that funnier is when Ty went, "What?"
You're right. It was so authentic, wasn't it?
Yes. It's like it's like,
oh, like poor baby, and basketball. Oh gosh.